Didn't start till 40 instead of 30, so I'm coming on in 30. Do you right away. There you go. You can make it smaller. There you go. Does that work?
I'm good.
Get that right there. There you go.
Let's go do it. It's high school football on our page. Sports Network, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Football, catch the fever.
High school football 2024 is coming your way here on Q92 and Q92radiosports.com. My name is Clint Scroggs, Ryan Bevere alongside tonight, and we are at Perry High School and Keith Wakefield Stadium as the Perry Panthers open their season against the Canton Central Catholic Crusaders. And at the end of this game, we'll have a player of the game, and it'll be brought to you by Paramount Elite. And Sam from Paramount Elite is here. And we appreciate your help this year again on the player of the game. And just tell us why this game is so special to you.
Well, Clint, first of all, thank you so much for having us out tonight. We're appreciative of the partnership that we have with Q92. Those folks that know us, we've been around 21 years. Paramount is a commercial and residential construction company. We've done work at Perry. We've done a ton of work at Central Catholic. I'm an alumni of Perry, and my wife is an alumni of Central Catholic. So we're grateful to be out here. We love supporting the community. More importantly, we love supporting our young people. We're excited to be able to be the exclusive sponsor for the player of the game. So, again, we appreciate the opportunity to come out here. We look forward to seeing a great game tonight. But most importantly, we want to see a great game. We want everybody to come out of it healthy, and we want to leave our imprint.
And to prove that he's on both sides of the fence tonight, he's wearing a pink shirt. Not
That's
green,
right.
Not black, pink.
And those that know Paramount know our main color is black, but I knew I could not come out here unscathed wearing just black. So we wore a neutral color.
That's great. Thanks, Sam, for coming out, and thanks for supporting us on the player of the game.
Have a great night, Clint. Thanks so much.
Thank you. From Paramount Elite, when we come back, we're going to hear previews of the other two games we're carrying here tonight on Q92 and Q92 Radio Sports. And then we'll hear from the coaches and get ready for tonight's opener between Perry and Canton Central Catholic. That's coming up here on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at Sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Welcome back to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network. It's a Thursday kickoff in the Battle of the Presidents. The Warren Harding Raiders and the Camp McKinley Bulldogs from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. This is the 61st meeting between these two schools. McKinley leads the overall series 33-23-1, and coming off a win last year over the Raiders 33-14. The Raiders entered the Richardson era this year. The first-year head coach Matt Richardson. Richardson is no stranger when it comes to winning, having won a state title at Warren JFK in high school, a national championship while playing under Jim Tressel at YSU, and another state title as the running backs coach at Akron-Hoban in 2020. He's produced 2 recipients of not only Ohio's coveted Mr. Football Award, but also the USA Today's National Offensive Player of the Year in tailbacks Maurice Claret and Lamar Sperling. Richardson looks to bring the winning ways back to the Raiders and will lean heavily on senior quarterback Chaz Coleman, the 6'5", 230-pound dual-threat quarterback who has attracted the attention of numerous FBS football programs. The Raiders have a 2-headed backfield with junior Tyan Flowers Jr. and sophomore King Edar, who will be running behind an experienced offensive line spearheaded by Allegheny College commit Kenneth Bird. Head coach Antonio Hall is entering his 4th year as the head man of the Pups, and the Co-Federal League champs are bringing back a ton of experience with a few new pieces sprinkled in. New to this year's squad is Cam Montgomery, a senior quarterback transfer from Texas who will get the start for the Pups. The 6'4", 210-pound Montgomery has offers from Bowling Green and Brown. The Pups also added linebacker and defensive end C.J. Flower and offensive lineman Evan Whitman, both seniors, also transferred from Texas. Glen Oak transfer Jamar Johnson adds to the deep McKinley backfield of Nino Hill and Stephon Thomas. The depth and experience of this McKinley team makes them frontrunners to repeat as Federal League champs and make a deep run in the playoffs. Tune in tonight with me, Ryan Keller, and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, for all the action. Kickoff at 7 p.m. on Q92radiosports.com. From Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
Finding the right space to open or relocate your business can mean the difference between success and failure. The real estate professionals at Putman Properties will help find the perfect commercial property to suit your needs. Putman Properties specializes in office, retail, warehouse, manufacturing, investment, and multifamily residential real estate. Looking to sell your commercial real estate? Putman Properties marketing professionals will utilize local, regional, and national networks developed over 30 years to command the highest yield available. Contact Putman Properties at 330-498-4400 or visit them online at putmanproperties.com.
Small school high school football returns tonight to Sandy Valley as the Sandy Valley Cardinals play host to the Fairless Falcons in what has become a traditional Thursday night matchup to open up the year. While both these teams meet every year, this year lots of new faces will be found in the matchup. Fairless quarterback Mikey Ritterbeck is a new starter this year. He's an All-Pac-7 shortstop, though, something he earned as a freshman. One of the familiar faces returning for Fairless offensively is their outstanding senior running back in Peter Killey. His sophomore year, he rushed for 810 yards and 11 touchdowns, whereas last year he missed 6 games due to injury. The hope is for Coach A.J. Sarbaugh in his 7th year that Killey will have a big senior season. As for Sandy Valley, their quarterback is brand new as well, Drew Graybill. He's seen some time, though. He played a bit as a freshman when last year's starter, Nicky Petro, got hurt a couple years ago. One of the key returners for Sandy Valley is their captain and senior wide receiver in Lucas Gilland. He was so good last year that he was a second-team All-Ohioan at cornerback. His late-game play last year in this game was a pick in the end zone to seal the win for Sandy Valley 29-22. Two other key names to watch in this matchup are Sandy Valley linebacker, an honorable mention All-Ohioan last year in Jack Murphy. He'll play some at running back as well. And defensive tackle for Fairless in Colin Sullivan. He had 17 tackles for loss last season as a junior. Should be a good matchup tonight in Sandy Valley. If you want to listen, you can do so at Q92radiosports.com. I'll have the call along with George Bozica. And for Q92 Sports, I'm John Bozica.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
We're back here on Q92 for high school football 2024, and we're talking with the head coach of the Central Catholic Crusaders, Jeff Lindesmith, back for another season. And Coach, glad you could take time for us and kind of the traditional lid lifter for the season against Perry, and talk a little bit about the game the last couple of years that I've seen. Anyway, it's been a physical problem for you guys keeping up with Perry, but you've been able to overcome that and end up with a good season.
Yeah, and that's always a big factor. You know, Perry will present an offense that is very physical. The wing tee is sometimes real hard to get prepped for, just because you can't simulate the physicality. You can't simulate how well they execute that, and they like to bang it, like to control the clock. When you look back last couple of years, you know, 2 years ago they had a big kickoff return that kind of hurt us. Special teams was a factor that kind of took us out of the game a little bit, but we love it. We love the first opener with Perry because it sets the tone on what type of football you want to play. Obviously, you want to be physical. You want to be disciplined all three phases of the game, and they really present that challenge to be disciplined, especially for our defense, to slow that wing tee down, to get them in second and third long situations is always our goal, and that's what we want to do.
Yeah, well, the second half of that really long question I asked at the beginning was the fact that you were able to move into the playoffs for another season, got to the second round of the playoffs, and talk about how that propels you into the next year.
Yeah, I think it does. You get a couple extra weeks of practice, and obviously we went up to Kirtland last year and really played a pretty good 3 quarters, but not the first quarter, and kind of stretched the game. But those kids, we were relatively young last year, so those kids got a couple extra weeks of practice, got exposed to a state championship team that's our caliber, and took some good things out of that. It kind of helps with your off season. It helps with your everything you do for the next 12 months. And our kids are energetic. Our kids are excited to start this season.
Well, this year is this year. So talk about the 2024 Crusaders. I know you have some people coming back that you're excited about, especially a big offensive lineman, but talk about what you bring into the season this year.
Yeah, we're going to bring in probably a little bit more of a power football team at times. Our offensive line, almost all of them return from tackle to tackle. A lot of people that look at us will obviously talk about Jonathan Stangl, Division I. He's a Miami commit right now, had offers from West Virginia and Cincinnati and all kinds of places throughout the state. And really nationally, he's 6'8". He, I think right now is around 315, dropped about 5 pounds off him, but a 3-sport guy, great feet. Obviously, he's played since he was a freshman. He'll anchor our offensive line. We return our running backs, named Grady Noggle. Connor Thomas is a kid that has always played defense for us. He's a senior that's a very, very athletic kid that we're going to try to get the ball to. Our linebacker core is back from last year. That will help. That's just that experience. We're excited. We have 19 seniors. Which is really a large number for us, and a lot of those guys have played. So we have a little bit of experience that way, and it's just a matter of, being more disciplined and being a little bit more physical, and that's what we've worked on.
What's a position or two that you're having to plug new people in, and you're really anxious to see how they do?
Yeah, we lost our secondary, most of those guys. So I think that a spot that we're really going to watch will be our 2 safeties. Right now, Vincent Scheretti will take a spot. Dan Bourne graduated, which was an all-Ohio player for us, did a lot of different things for us. He's going to be a big factor for us, so we want to make sure our secondary grows up quickly. And I think they have the ability to do that. They work really hard. Their kids will learn really quick. So our split ends, our receivers are also a factor that will have to grow up quickly, for sure.
All right, that's head coach Jeff Lindesmith of the Central Catholic Crusaders. They take on Perry this week. And, Coach, again, thanks for your time and good luck tonight and all season.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations to this month's SARTA Sensations. We salute Sensational Maintenance Supervisor Bill Mercer, who ensures SARTA has enough buses inspected and cleaned each morning. We salute our sensational administrator, John Michaels, who improves our processes and trains others the proper storage of SARTA records. We salute sensational rider Kevin, who gets where he needs to go, from shopping and dining to appointments. Way to go, Kevin. Learn more at SARTAsensations.com.
And on Q92, we're ready for the high school football season, and the opener is Perry and Central Catholic, and we're talking with the head coach of the Perry Panthers, Zach Slates.
Okay.
And, Coach, thanks for taking the time, and welcome back to a high school football season that opens with a traditional opponent. Talk about what you think your team and your program gets out of playing Central Catholic every year.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game for the community. It's a good game for our kids. They know a lot of them. It's right down the road. It's a mile from door to door. So, yeah, it's a good experience. The crowd's usually pretty big, and playing on Thursday night is a good first opening game for the kids.
We'll talk about your preseason coming in off of 4 wins last year and a playoff spot. Talk about your preseason and where you see your team as they get ready to open this year.
We got a lot of kids back.
4 minutes.
We got a lot of work to do still, even to today. But we're improving and just getting leadership and getting ready for the season. It's been a good off season though overall.
As far as going into the season, always a situation where you have to plug new people in. What are a couple of positions where you are looking forward to seeing what you get out of people who haven't been out there in the past?
With Christian Ivonic leaving, we that left us a hole at linebacker and running back, and Carson Basham at corner. We have some guys that have played there and have started games in previous years and have done a good job stepping in. The corners, we got J.J. Wilson and Kyson Walker, and then at running back, we're going to have a sort of by committee with Kyson Walker and Caleb Hunley and Marcellus Harris, and Jonathan Lemon's been coming along very well as a sophomore, and they've done a good job getting ready for the season.
The idea of having an experienced quarterback coming back has to at least help you sleep a little bit better in the offseason. Talk about that position.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and he'll be playing more defense this year too. So he'll be on the field a little bit more, but he's coming along really well and throwing the ball really well. And so we're looking to put in the air a little bit more this year, but we're going to be a typical, we're always going to be a run first offense.
You have a new defensive coordinator this year that a lot of people are talking about, a very familiar name. Don't want to take attention away from the rest of the team or the rest of the coaches, but that is something that people are talking about, that Keith Wakefield has agreed to step back in to join your staff. What has that been like working with him again as you being the head man?
No, it's been great. Anytime you get a coach that has 50 years experience and has led this program, especially for 29 years, it's great to have around and in any capacity at all. And he's come around a little bit last year and helped us out a little bit. And this year he said if he was going to do it, he wanted to be in a more full-time capacity. And with Ethan Cagney leaving and heading to Dalton to be the athletic director, I was sort of at a point in June where I needed to find a defense coordinator, and I asked him, and he was willing to do it. So it's been great.
That's Zach Slates. He's the head coach of the Perry Panthers. They take on Central Catholic in their opener. And, Coach, thanks for your time, and good luck tonight and all season.
Thank you.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
All right, it is time for football from Lowell Kleinfelder Field. And it is a perfect night for football. Temperature is right around 70 degrees, 73 right now. And we're a couple of minutes away from kickoff. I guess a little bit of a confusion on the start time with all of that. Ryan Bevere telling me about that. But we're going to get started pretty close to on time as the Central Catholic Crusaders, coming in off a 7-5 season last year under head coach Jeff Lindesmith, and got into the second week of the playoffs, taking on the Perry Panthers, 4-7 last year under Zach Slates in his fourth season. They also made a playoff appearance last season. And we are about ready to go. Central will be kicking off.
What an atmosphere, Clint. What an atmosphere, Clint. We're back, baby.
It's time for high school football. Elijah Rossetti runs up and boots it along the ground. The frontliners let it go by, and now it's picked up on the 25 to the 30 to the outside. Comes Kyson Walker, and he's out near midfield before being forced out of bounds by the kicker right around the midfield stripe. So the Perry Panthers will have the ball first, and they will come out with Ty Giaquinta at center, Michael Millen, 4-year starter, and Carson Gitcomb, another very experienced player at the guards. Antonio Salazar and Preston Daisy, the tackles. The quarterback, Austin Maddox, in his 3rd season at the controls. Maddox last season threw for 856 yards and 6 touchdowns. He rushed for 378, and in the wing tee, Perry with their first play, and it's a run right up the middle. And it's 5 yards, close to 6 yards for the Perry ball carrier, which is Caleb Hundley, a junior. And it will be 2nd down and 4. This is just another in the long historic rivalry between these schools that are just a couple of miles apart down 13th Street Southwest here in Canton and Perry Township. And it's been mostly Perry over the last few years. Central won 3 years ago. 2021, they won on a 2-pointer in overtime, but Perry won big last season. And they won 5 out of the last 6. Man in motion to the left, and it's going to be Maddox throwing his first pass, and he throws it out of the left flat. It's a catch and a big gain inside the 30 and out of bounds around the 25-yard line for Kyson Walker, the senior. Walker played slot last year, but was expected to move into the backfield this season, and it's a gain down to the 25-yard line. Perry going from our left to our right toward the scoreboard here at Perry Stadium.
A little different pace than we're used to with the Perry Panthers. 2nd play of the season, airing it out. I kind of love it.
They've been saying, well, Zach Slates has been saying over and over, we want to throw more, and we haven't seen it yet. We'll see what this season brings. Man comes in motion near side. They run it to the right, and through a tackle is Caleb Hundley, and he gets a couple of yards on the play before he is stopped by Central's Hunter Baus, defensive back. They had to replace their entire defensive backfield this season, did the Crusaders. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. We are a minute and a half into the season. Other games tonight going on in the area. McKinley is taking on Warren Harding. And Sandy Valley and Fairless also meeting tonight. And, of course, the Massillon Tigers in action on the West Coast. That game actually started about half an hour ago, I believe. And here's a give on the sweep around left end. And Marcellus Harris takes it inside the 15 and down around the 10-yard line. They'll spot him on the 12, but that will be a 1st down as Perry keeps this drive moving. 1 pass, but everything else on the ground.
So far, so good if you're a Panther fan. I mean, everything that you would want. Moving down the field, passing the ball, running the ball. You got to love it.
It's on the 12. It's 1st and 10. Perry in the gray jerseys with the white numbers, black pants, and the traditional black Perry helmet with the white letter P on each side, and the white face mask. Central in the all-white with the green trim and white helmets. Here's a handoff, and coming around the end is Kyson Walker, and he's going to step inside a block, and he's going to go in for the Perry touchdown. So the Perry Panthers waste no time, 2.5 minutes, and they take it in for a score as Kyson Walker in for the 6 points.
Nice sell job by quarterback Austin Maddox right there. He sold the entire defense. They thought he was keeping it, going to the left. No. We're going to hand it off to my friend, and he's got 6 for us, Clint. Our first touchdown of the season, baby.
Hopefully not our last. Here is Brock Huggins, one of the top kickers in the county. Maddox holding. Good snap, ball down, kick on the way, and it is good. Timeout. 9:32, first period. Perry 7, Central nothing. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Did you know in 1885, Frank and Charles Menches invented the hamburger at the Erie County Fair in Hamburg, New York? Today, Menches continues their legacy with the same ingredients to make their burgers fresh every day and never frozen. Stop in at Menches downtown Massillon and in Canton on West Tusk for Burger Day every Wednesday and get $3 off all burgers. Menches Brothers, you call it a hamburger, we invented it.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Discover the best in real estate with the Howard Hanna Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt. Selling or buying a home can be overwhelming. You can rest assured with Joanna and Cindy. Over 27 years of combined experience, they've got you covered. Feel like the only client with their personalized guidance and successful results. Over $19 million in volume sold in 2022 speaks for itself. Connect with Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy at 330-268-5063. Or find them both at howardhanna.com.
Harmon's Pub would like to offer you a mind-soothing, money-saving, smile-inducing double win. Intrigued? Come visit us at Harmon's Pub on Black Friday. Relax and treat yourself to the best pub grub and cocktails around. Allow us to wipe away the stress of the biggest shopping day of the year, and that's a win. We'll make it a double win by offering the best gift card special you can find. On Black Friday, purchase a gift card in any amount.
Thomas along the deep side of the field out to the 42-yard line.
Take care of yourself and your shopping list. Double win. Harmon's Pub. See you there.
Up the middle, and not much room for the ball carrier, who was Luke Spittler, Jr., 6'1" and 195. The Central Catholic offensive line, much like Perry's, experienced and pretty big. Of course, the big man.
Which one? They got a bunch of them.
That would be Jonathan Stengel at 6'8" and 310. He's your right tackle for the Crusaders. Back to throw. DeRuza pressured, fires out to the far side and incomplete. Pass rush put on for Perry by Landon Ristoff, a senior. And a throwaway there by DeRuza sets up a 3rd down and 7.
I'm very impressed so far. I know it's only 2 defensive plays for Perry, but that defensive line is getting to the quarterback.
It is all right on the 45. Central going from our right to our left. We're on the visitors' side, as usual, at Perry. DeRuza, 1 back, 4 receivers, straight back to throw. Sets up, fires near side, and oh my goodness, that's a great catch. He's out of bounds, but a one-handed grab by Connor Thomas. That's an early contender for catch of the year by Connor Thomas. Reached back with the right hand and just pulled it in. Unfortunately for him, he was out of bounds, and that'll bring up a 4th down for Central.
Very unfortunate, because that was a great catch, Clint. Right down the sideline, just couldn't toe tap.
Tyler Cook is in to punt for the Crusaders. And Kyson Walker back to receive, standing on his 25-yard line. Good snap, no rush. Kick is away, a low spiral. Walker back to his 18. Near side, 25-30. and out of bounds on the 37-yard line or thereabouts. And Perry, who drove right down the field in their first possession, gets the ball back. They gave up one first down on the opening play of the possession, a pass for Central. 3 plays and punt after that. So on the 37 with 8:24 to go in the first quarter. On the Sardis scoreboard, Perry up 7-0. They will give it on the sweep around left end and going to the corner. Breaking a tackle, breaking another, and into the clear goes Marcellus Harris. He finally runs over a defender down around the 25-yard line. And if he's on the 25, that's a 38-yard play. We'll take one off because they spot him on the 26-yard line. But again, a big play for Perry as the Central defense so far not able to stand up against this Perry offense. One thing about the Perry offense, they've run the same thing their entire lives. And so if you don't know it by now, you're never going to know it. And they do things without thinking about it. It's all instinct for these Perry players running this offense. Here's a giver on the right side and a very short gain on a nice play by John Hoffaker, making the stop after a 1-yard gain. They'll bring in Stengel as a defensive lineman and bring out Grady Noggle, who's a linebacker. So they go a little bit bigger on the D line. Receiver to the near side is Luke Wolf. Wing each way, tight end left. Maddox under center. He's straight back. Now a little roll to the right, looking, still rolling. Fires in the middle. It's caught inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line. That catch for Perry made by Dominic Scott. They'll spot him on the 18-yard line, and it'll be third down and about 1.
It's a good way to show your coach you want to prove him right, throwing the ball more. Start off the quarter 2 for 2. Start off the season 2 for 2. Perry said in the message in that tunnel was punch him in the mouth, and that's exactly what they're doing.
This time it's Jaden Wilson to the near side as a split end. Split a slot each way, tight end left. Maddox gives on the delay up the middle, and the ball carrier hit and dropped. Caleb Hundley goes down. No gain on the play. So the middle of the Central defense holding up there. Vincent Sorelli and Isaac Ray combining on the tackle. It'll be a fourth down, 4th and 1. We're halfway through the first quarter at Perry. Panthers up 7-0 and going for it here on 4th and 1 on the Central 17. Can they set up with a man to the near side? It's Wolf, and they'll give it on the sweep right, and all kinds of room to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and down to the 3-yard line. That time it was Marcellus Harris getting the ball around the end, and we've already seen 3 nice-looking running backs for Perry.
And that was the same play that they scored the first touchdown on. They faked it to the left side of the field, the far side, and then they cut right back to the running back to the right side, and the hole was wide open.
First and goal on the 4. 5:40 left in the first. Perry scored on their first possession. Central had to punt after 1 first down, and now Perry right back at it. And a movement on both sides of the line.
It's going to go against Perry. Central jumped, and that made Perry move, and so you can't move if you're the offensive lineman. I don't know if that was choreographed by Central. Probably not. A little early in the season to be trying something like that, but it worked.
So that backs it up to the 9-yard line. This time the receiver split out to the left. It's Wilson. And the tight end is to the right, the near side of the formation. Man in motion left. And they hand it to him around the end, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Marcellus Harris dragged down from behind by Luke Spittler. So that'll set up a 2nd down and goal back on the 10. So they lose another yard on that play.
Nice form tackling by Luke Spittler.
They look to the far side for the play. And Luke Wolf will bring in the play. They go to the line of scrimmage with 10 on the play clock. And they have 2 receivers now with Wolf out to the left and Wilson to the right. Snap back, and Maddox is going to run. Over the left side, he's to the 5. He steps inside a block and scores the Perry touchdown. The Panthers take it in again. This time driving 63 yards.
Such a veteran move what he just did towards the pylon. To not step out of bounds there, to know your footing, to know how much room you have, and to be able to tiptoe down that sideline and sneak right through the pylon. I mean, he's a veteran for a reason, Clint.
Extra point coming from Huggins. All the way, and good. 4:27 to go in the first quarter. And we'll keep it here with Perry on top 14-0. And Perry has had success the last couple of years. This has been an interesting series lately, and I've been able to do the last 2 games before this one, and this one looks a lot like the other 2 in that Perry physically is able to handle Central. At the end of the season, you might look back and say that result doesn't jive with the rest of the year. Central going to the playoffs, Perry struggling. But again, this season, Perry able to do what they want offensively and have an early 14-0 lead.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's anything that Central should be hanging their heads on either. Still a ton of ball game left. Halfway to go in the first quarter. And you already know Central Catholic is going to air it out. They're going to throw the ball all game long, and they've got all the opportunities to get back in this football game. Just going to need some stops. Easy enough.
It will happen eventually. Huggins to kick off. Ball teed up on the 40. Last one he hit into the end zone. This is a line drive, and it knuckleballs away from the receiver and goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Central again will take over on their 20-yard line with a 1st and 10 with 4:27 left in the first. Louis DeRuza, the quarterback, brings a man in motion, fakes to him. He's going to throw it deep again to the near side, and this time it's overthrown, intended for Connor Thomas. It looked a lot like the first play from scrimmage that Central used to get their one and only first down so far. That pass was incomplete. That time, Thomas was double covered as he crossed to the near side of the field. Canton McKinley on the start of scoreboard with a 6-0 lead on Warren Harding. We had Ryan Bevere on the field before the game. They had Fred Biletnikoff on the field before the game at Tom Benson Stadium, the Hall of Famer.
Oh, I was going to say, really? How did I miss him?
No, that was across town.
Makes sense. Okay, makes sense.
He was tossing the coin to start the game tonight.
Very nice.
Timeout for Central. Tomorrow night, lots of scores to bring you, but tonight not much by way of scoreboard. Tomorrow, Alliance takes on Parma Padua. We will be at Louisville tomorrow night for the game between the Leopards and the New Philadelphia Quakers. East Canton is hosting Toronto. Minerva hosting United. Aquinas hosting Memorial. Villa Angela St. Joseph taking on Glen Oak. Northwest against Norton. Akron East and Columbus Whetstone. Canton South and Cleveland Benedictine. Lake will be in Western Pennsylvania to take on McKeesport tomorrow night. Jackson Polar Bears will be visiting Mentor. Hoover hosting Buchtel. Smithville will be at Tuslaw. Marlington at Warrensville Heights tomorrow night. Second and 10 for Central out of the timeout. Man comes in motion. They hand him the ball. It's Thomas trying to get around the corner, and he is swallowed up at the 21-yard line. That tackle by Perry's Caleb Lund, a junior, makes the stop there. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 here for the Crusaders from their 21. Going into the sun, no wind to speak of tonight, and though the lights are on, we still have bright sunshine on the field. Trips out to the right side, one to the near side left, one in the backfield to the left side of DeRuza. And he wants to throw. Rush coming. He's going to run. Breaks a tackle. 20, 25. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. They got him on the 28-yard line. I believe that was Austin Maddox who came up to make the stop for the Perry Panthers from his safety position. And it will be 4th and we'll call it 3 for Central.
Just got nowhere to go. The whole first quarter, he's got nowhere to go. Limited time in the pocket. And, I mean, that's not a good recipe when you're trying to air the ball out, obviously.
Snap back, and the punt is away by Tyler Cook. It's going to bounce. Finally picked up on the 32. And there goes Kyson Walker to the far side of the field. He's got the speed. He's got room inside the 20, inside the 15, and down to the 13-yard line.
Nice job by the punter.
Punter had to bring him down. He was the last man, and Kyson Walker brings it back to the 13-yard line. And just like that, down close again.
Beautiful tackle by Tyler Cook, the punter. And a nice run back by Perry. 14-0. It's pretty scary if you are in white and green right now.
Yeah, they go this time nobody in the backfield with Maddox. 2 receivers each way and a wing to the right. That's the last empty backfield you saw from Perry. He's going to loft it far side for the back of the end zone. The catch is made, and it's a touchdown. Brought down to the back corner of the end zone by Luke Wolf. And worst case scenario for Central Catholic in the early going here tonight.
What did you say about wanting to pass the ball more? 3 for 3 so far in the first quarter with a touchdown for Austin Maddox.
That is pretty impressive. And it also gives everybody else something else to think about the rest of the year when they start seeing this film.
It's a great point.
Extra point up and good. And a 2:44 left in the first quarter. It's now Perry 21, Central nothing. You're listening to High School Football. Presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different.
Just play 30s
today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at Sarshone.com.
Where are we on spots?
Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Perry up 21-0. And they will be kicking off for the 4th time here in the first period. Actually, the 3rd time. And it will be Brock Huggins to kick it away. He is quite a weapon. Sends it down to the goal line and 1 yard deep. It's going to be a touchback. Runner fielded it and was going to bring it out, Hunter Bouse, but he was a yard deep in the end zone. So Central needs to get something established. And this is both teams coming in. The most experienced portion of their team was the offensive and defensive lines. But Perry's line has been the dominant one so far this evening. And we'll see if Central tries to keep it on the ground here to maybe hang on to the football, or if they keep it in the air. Here is a run up the middle. And again, very little going straight ahead for Luke Spittler, as the middle of the Perry line again says no, sir. Last man up was Antonio Salazar, a sophomore. We're at 2:20 of the first period. Perry has already scored 3 times. DeRuza takes the snap, hands off, and trying to run around left end, and nothing there for Connor Thomas. He ends up in the arms of Connor Shepard. So no gain on that play. Other than the first play, which was about a 23-yard pass play from DeRuza to Thomas, it's been basically incomplete or no gain for the Crusaders.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving, Clint. You'd see it from the eye that the Crusaders should be dominating the line of scrimmage, but it's the other way around in quarter number 1.
3rd down and 9. And players jump on the Perry side, and it looks like it'll be an offsides call against the Panthers. A couple of penalties against them tonight. That'll move the ball out to the 26 and make it a little more manageable. 3rd down and 4 for the Crusaders.
Well, that's one way to do it. That's one way to get the advantage up front.
3rd and 4 as we tick down to a minute to go in the first period. They'll send 2 out to the right. Caleb Peloso Miller and Tyler Cook out there, 2 to the near side. DeRuza will send a man in motion. That's Thomas. He's going to look over the middle, and he had his man right in the hands, and Tyler Cook dropped the pass. Would have been a 1st down. That was as easy pitch and catch as it gets, but the pass went right through the hands of Cook. That is a play designed to just get us a 1st down. Just get us a 1st down.
That's all it is. That's all you got to do is get the 1st down right there. You just have to catch it, go down. You don't need any rack yards. You just need that 1st down. You nailed it.
And so Cook will be punting it away. And again, Perry putting on no pressure. Cook kicks to the near side of the field, and that's going to take a nice central bounce along the sideline inside the 30 and down around the 20-yard line, and that's where the Crusaders will down the ball. So 53 on the punt, no return. After the long return on the last one, set up the Panthers in the red zone. And with 46 seconds, Perry with the ball on their 26-yard line.
No need to hurry now. 21-point lead. Run the football.
Well, this is Perry. This is perfect for Perry football.
Yeah.
They would love to be able to just sit on the ball, sit on you, basically, offensively all night long. And with a 21-point advantage here early, right where they want to be. Handoff around left end. There goes Marcellus Harris, again with good yardage. A flag down behind the play from the referee, and that usually means holding, but we'll see.
And that usually means the clock is going to stop. Not what you want if you're Perry, but no reason to hit any panic buttons.
Yeah, the gain was out to the 34, but it'll be wiped out by the holding call against the Panthers. And so that'll back it up inside the 15, I believe. Clock stopped at 40 seconds. Jeff Lindesmith doing some coaching down here on the near sideline, talking one of his defensive backs. Lindesmith in his 11th season, 70-48, but not much luck lately against this Perry school. Maddox in the pistol, as always. Half roll left, throw out to the side. It's a catch, and it's an immediate tackle on the 21-yard line. Catch made by Luke Wolf out on the far side of the field, brought down quickly by Braylon Tabellion. And we are at the end of the first quarter. So after one from Perry, our score, the Panthers 21, Central Catholic nothing. You're listening to high school football. Presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Finding the right space to open or relocate your business can mean the difference between success and failure. The real estate professionals at Putman Properties will help find the perfect commercial property to suit your needs. Putman Properties specializes in office, retail, warehouse, manufacturing, investment, and multifamily residential real estate. Looking to sell your commercial real estate? Putman Properties marketing professionals will utilize local, regional, and national networks developed over 30 years to command the highest yield available. Contact Putman Properties at 330-498-4400 or visit them online at putmanproperties.com.
And if you do have one of those lucky signatures, please take your program. This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group. Collect your $65 gift card.
Second quarter from Perry. The Panthers will run it with Harris going to the right, out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. They had a 2nd and 14 on their 22. On the Sardis scoreboard, Sandy Valley up 7-0 on Fairless in the second. Kinley continuing to lead Warren Harding 6-0. And here it's Perry 21, Central nothing. Panthers now going from our right to our left. And they have a 3rd down and 9. On their 28-yard line. Maddox back to throw. Being rushed from the outside. Being chased. Running to the near side. And he throws back behind his man. Incomplete. It was intended for Jaden Wilson. And the chase being put on for Central by Isaac Ray, a senior defensive lineman, who had the quarterback in his sights all the way across the field.
First incompletion of the game for Austin Maddox, but I got to say, what a beautiful sight it is to see the Perry Panthers offense in shotgun formation. Empty set, you got to love it.
Brock Huggins will punt it away. Standing back around his 15, 2 back for Central on their 40. Now they back up a little more. Kick is away. Now they'll have to come up and watch it bounce. It takes a sideways bounce, and Perry will down it on the 46-yard line.
Perry says it's their ball.
Well, the ball, it did. It hit a Central player. I thought the Perry player hit it into the Central player. That's what I thought, which is why I didn't talk about it too much, but it looked like the Perry player hit it with his hands and hit it into the leg of the Central player, but the official right by the play saying it touched Central, and Perry will have it on the Crusaders' 45-yard line. Jeff Lindesmith out beyond the numbers. Obviously, it did hit the Central player, but how it got there, I don't know. In any case, Perry with the ball, and Central is going to call a timeout. They were expecting to get the ball there, and now they're having to be back out on defense So a minute into the second quarter, things continue to go sideways for the Crusaders.
Yeah, they need to regroup. That's not what anyone was expecting. And that's not even what I was expecting. I thought when they blew the whistle that they were going to try to say that it was originally downed by Perry. That's not the case, apparently. I mean, we don't have the proper angle up here in the booth to see who it may have rubbed up against or who may have touched it, but unfortunate. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. But you have to, I mean, you're beating a dead horse now, but you have to play defense. There's only the score can only get so high before you start talking about this game's over. I know it's still the second quarter, but man, an avalanche for the Crusaders.
And a huge situation here, not just for this game, but down the road, to see what they are made of and to see what they're able to do here defensively. On the Sardis scoreboard, Walsh Jesuit and Ursuline tied at 7. And on first down, snap back, and the quarterback Maddox runs straight ahead and picks up a couple right in the middle of the field to the 42-yard line, so give him 3. Maddox also playing defense this year, so that's one reason they want to throw the ball a little more so that he's not taking the hits on so many runs as he has in his first 2 seasons. On second down, one back, this time Maddox under center. And they'll hand it off over the right side to the 40, to the 36-yard line. That was Caleb Hundley, the ball carrier. So he will set up a third down and about 2 here for Perry. They lead at 21-0. One of the Perry runners, Marcellus Harris, there hobbling off the field to the far side, favoring the left leg.
Hundley's got an incredible way of getting hit and then continuing to stay on his feet and moving forward. He got a couple extra yards by doing that.
He's in the backfield here, wing each way. Receiver out far side right, and they come with a sweep to the near side, and not much there. Jonathan Lemon got the ball, and he stopped short at the 36-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 1 again here for Perry. Actually, 4th and 2. They spotted on the 37-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to go. There's no doubt about it. Everyone in the building knows it. If you're listening on the radio, you know it. We know it. Biggest play of the game.
And no surprise to the Crusader defense either. They were anticipating this. 4th and 2 for Perry. And they'll hand it off. Running around the right side, and I don't think he's going to get it. That was Kyson Walker. He really didn't stick it up in there very strong, and he is going to be stopped on the 36-yard line. So Central, with a little sunshine, as they were able to make that 4th down stop and take over offensively. So the turnover there doesn't kill them. They're able to get the offense back out on the field with 8:52 to go in the first half. Putman Properties halftime show coming up at halftime.
They've yet to air it out on 4th down. Keep that in our back pocket. I bet they do it sometime throughout the night.
Stay tuned for the Paramount Elite Player of the Game following tonight's broadcast. Paramount Elite for all your general contracting and home restoration needs. Louis DeRuza, the quarterback, gives on the sweep to the near side, and a big hit put on at the 36-yard line. Vincent Schieretti, the ball carrier, and he got double teamed there right on the 36 and lost a yard. And Central continues to be completely unable to move the ball on the ground.
Yeah, welcome to the boom boom room, number 22.
That was a double shot of Perry Panthers. 2nd down and a 10. They sent 2 out to the left, Cigaretti and Eric Peterson, and 2 to the near side right. Man in motion, and a quick throw to the near side. It's a catch, 35, 38, 40, 42-yard line. On the nice catch and run by Tyler Cook. He's eventually brought down by Sam Altimore. It looked like he was going to be stopped for a very little gain, but he was able to get the legs driving and move the ball upfield and set up a 3rd and 4.
That was a great defensive play call. They had the cornerback close to the line playing a zone, and then they also had the safety in another corner right behind him playing a zone. So actually they bit for the interception, didn't come away with it, but limited the damage.
3rd down and 4 for the Crusaders. They trail 21-0 here in the second quarter. And again, the Perry Panthers jump offside, and that's going to give Central their second first down of the game. That'll move the ball out to the 47-yard line. Central has not been over the 50. Perry scored in their first 3 possessions.
The best case scenario for Central right now is just use that whole 7 minutes. You're in no rush. If you can score before halftime, you're in good shape.
DeRuza and the pistol. One man to his left and the fake handoff, and he's going to run it himself. Turns it upfield and gets a yard, maybe 2, to the 48. I don't know if that was supposed to be a quarterback run or if they just missed the mesh point in the backfield. In any case, it is a 1-yard pickup. 2nd and 9. Two receivers each way. Near side man is Caleb Peloso Miller. And DeRuza straight back to throw. Quick throw to the near side. It's caught over the 50 and an immediate tackle on the 47-yard line. And that's Peloso Miller, the senior. And he's brought down by didn't see who made the tackle there. My mistake. So it'll be 3rd down and call it 5 on the Perry 48-yard line. We're under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Perry 21, Central nothing. Again, they go with 2 receivers to each side of the field, 1 man in the backfield. Now man in motion near side. Play action. DeRuza going to flip it near side and an attempt to pull it off the turf on the 44, and that is a good catch by Luke Spittler. As DeRuza had a man in his face, he was lucky.
Congratulations to this month's SARTA Sensations. We salute Sensational Maintenance Supervisor Bill Mercer, who ensures SARTA has enough buses inspected and cleaned each morning. We salute our sensational administrator, John Michaels, who improves our processes and trains others the proper storage of SARTA records. We salute sensational rider Kevin, who gets where he needs to go, from shopping and dining to appointments. Way to go, Kevin. Learn more at SARTAsensations.com.
So 1st and 10 for Central on the 42. And back to throw. DeRuza going to loft it down the near side of the field. He's got 2 receivers standing next to each other, so somebody went the wrong way. They had Sciaretti and Thomas in the vicinity. The pass was out of bounds. And so it will be 2nd and 10, 4:13 to go in the first half. Central, with a couple of first downs here, has been able to run more than 3 minutes off the clock. Trying to get something before halftime. They trail 21-0.
kind of a pressureless spot. You're working with 4 minutes on the other side of the field.
And the handoff up the middle, and a little bit of a seam going straight ahead for Spittler inside the 40 to the 38. That's unfortunately, that was a 3-yard gain. That was the nicest looking running play for Central so far tonight. They ran straight up the middle and actually had a little seam for the running back to go through. 3rd and 7.
I think that was just a play, Clint, just to get that clock rolling. I think Central has accepted the fact that this is going to be their last possession of the half, and they just don't want to give it back to Perry.
3rd down and 6, maybe 7. Perry shows blitz, and here's a run up the middle by the quarterback to the 35, to the 32, and he might have another 1st down.
What a read that was by the quarterback.
And DeRuza with a nice job, and he actually took a hit and fell forward to get the 1st down on the 32. He's 6'2" and 180 pounds, and delivered the blow there as he ran up the middle.
Caleb Lawhon shot the gap right there. Good job by the quarterback to elude it, and he made the right move.
3 minutes left in the half. Quick throw out to the far side. Thomas makes the catch, turns it up 30, breaks a tackle 25 and down to the 23-yard line. And Central showing a little bit offensively here on this possession. Gotten their feet on the ground here, but unfortunately the Central player is down, and it looks like possibly a cramp, which I hope that's not the shape of things to come, because this time of year, that could be something that is a major problem in these games with the cool temperatures. Having practiced in the heat all summer, you're out there, you're getting hot, but the temperature is cooling down, and we can sometimes see a lot of cramping up. Connor Thomas is on his feet and coming off to the near side. He did pick up 9 yards on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 1 with 2:43 left in the half.
Could use more of those screen plays, I think. They haven't had, the entire first half, I think there's been one play where the quarterback had more than 3 seconds to try to develop receivers downfield. You gotta adapt to that and dump it down to the running backs or some screens to the receivers.
On 2nd and short, they go with Spittler up the middle, and he's got a Central 1st down. So the Crusaders keep the drive moving, keep the clock running, and they have it on the 20. Let's see, they have it on the 18-yard line. And the clock will start once they get the ball set down. We're at 2:28 in the first half. The Putnam Properties halftime show coming up. We'll have halftime news for you. And we'll have a look back at the first half, a look ahead at the second half. And another quick throw to the near side. And it's a catch, and down to the 16-yard line goes Schiaretti. Time he got a block by Railwin Tabellion, which looked a lot like a block in the back to me, but no flag came in.
Laundry has been, I think we've only had one penalty, the entire 2 penalties the entire first half. It's my kind of football, Clint.
Actually, maybe 3, and they've all been on Perry for jumping early. 1 on offense, a couple on defense. Here is a throw down the middle and off the knee of the receiver at the goal line. That one should have been 6. But the receiver, Schiaretti, unable to bring it in. The pass a little bit low and behind. It wasn't right on the numbers, but it looked like he might have a chance to pull that one in. And it sets up a 3rd and 9 for the Crusaders on the 17.
Clint, I think you're being a little generous. You got to catch that football. It's not the first drop. The first drop was much more doable, but you got to come up with that one. That's a touchdown. That's 6 points that you left on the ground.
3rd down and 9. Again, 2 receivers each way and 1 in the backfield. And back to throw. And it's going to be a middle screen, and they've got it set up, but a nice defensive play. And they bring down Spittler on the 15. First man there for Perry was Connor Shepard. Like they had the middle screen set up very well, but Perry stops it at the 15. So it'll be 4th down and 7, and the Central offense, I believe, is going to stay on the field.
You have to. Approaching halftime. I mean, those 2 drop balls. Who knows? This could be 21-14 if the dropped pass in the first quarter that we're talking about that would have been a good enough for a first down would have got them in well into Perry territory. That would have been a touchdown right there.
Well, Central takes the timeout. That's their 3rd. So they will have a 4th and 7 with 50 seconds to go in the first half. And a 21-0 Perry lead.
Special thank you to Altman and Art Care for providing athletic training services for our athletes today. Altman and Art Care, proud to be the inclusive healthcare system of Perry local high school.
Warren Harding leading McKinley on the Sardis scoreboard, 7-6 in the second quarter. Fairless and Sandy Valley, 7-7 in the second quarter. So here's Central with a 4th down and 7 on the Perry 15-yard line. They'll send 3 out to the left, 2 to the near side. Empty backfield with Louis DeRuza setting up, firing down the middle, intercepted at the 5, to the 10, to the 20-yard line. And Perry with the football. Ball came out, but they're going to call him down, and the interception made by Perry's Dom Scott. A returning starter at the linebacker position just stepped in front of that pass and took it back the other way. So Perry will have it 1st and 10 on their 20 with 43 seconds to go in the first half.
Read it perfectly. He read that perfectly. And what a wild, drastic turn of events. We could have went from 21-7, and now Perry's going to take a 21-0 lead into halftime.
Still with 43 seconds, but they're 80 yards away. They send a man in motion right, and they'll run it up the middle. And about 5 yards maybe for Caleb Hunley. And the Panthers not showing any inclination to call a timeout here. Looks like we might have one more play left, or that might have been it. Nope, that's going to be it. Play clock just started, and 21 on the game clock, so the teams will go to the locker room. So after 2 quarters at Keith Wakefield Stadium, our score is the Perry Panthers 21, Central Catholic Crusaders nothing. Stay tuned for the Putman Properties halftime show. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
By choosing Life Care Family Health and Dental in Canton as your medical home, you'll have access to a variety of integrated health services, including dental, vision, women's health, children's health, and behavioral health. Life Care's goal is to provide comprehensive and coordinated medical care to maximize health outcomes for you and your family. If you are sick, we have same-day appointments for our current patients. For information on how to become a new patient, visit lifecarefhoc.org. At Life Care Family Health and Dental, you will never get turned away.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Troyer's Dutch Market in Perry is bringing Holmes County to your neighborhood. Stop into Troyer's Dutch Market at 3435 Lincoln Way East in Perry, where you will find your favorite Walnut Creek and Troyer's Home Pantry products, such as meats and cheeses, fresh bread and buns, homemade dressings, baked goods and desserts like the fry pie, and the 10-pound chocolate bar, or your favorite Troyer's Home Pantry pie. Troyer's Dutch Market in Perry, bringing Holmes County to your neighborhood.
For the Putman Properties Halftime Show, I'm Jeff Mears from the Q92 Newsroom. An Alliance Auto dealership is offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the theft of 3 vehicles. In a Facebook post, Wally Armour Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram says the Dodge Challenger Hellcats were stolen from the West State Street business early Wednesday. The thieves did extensive damage to several other vehicles and the building. Anyone with information is asked to contact Wally Armour at stolenvehicle@wallyarmour.com. The Alliance School District begins another academic year. The Board of Education was informed of developments during Tuesday's meeting. Officials said student enrollment is up by 140 from a year ago. They cite vocational course offerings and families who have moved into the district. Officials add that busing and food service resumed without issues. A staggered start for grades 1, 2, 4, 6, and 9 was held Monday. All other grades returned Tuesday. Pre-K and kindergarten started today. A special meeting is scheduled Monday. The board will accept bids for the Career Tech Culinary Arts Project. It will be housed in the high school's former career center, which closed in 2022. Jackson Township Police are investigating a hit-skip crash that put a man in the hospital Wednesday morning. It happened shortly after 7 a.m. Police say a man was riding a bicycle southbound on Dressler Road Northwest when he was hit by a truck headed east on Belden Village Street. The vehicle
Let's take a listen to those Perry touchdowns as they got off to a fast start. They lead at 21-0 at halftime. As the crowd enjoys the Central Catholic Band, the Perry Band getting ready to take over out on the field. And we'll take a look at the 3 Perry scores in the first half. As they took the ball on the opening kickoff, starting from inside their 30-yard line and took it straight down the field and scoring their first touchdown, no surprise, on a running play.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Ryan Smith, with assistant directors Karen Martin and Joe Sterling, with percussion instructor Darren Doe, and auxiliary instructor Madison Newton, led by field commanders Anna Cruz and Elizabeth Murko, we proudly present the 2024 edition of our Perry High School Marching Band. Tonight, we perform a portion of our 2024 holiday competition show.
The kick made it 7-0 by Perry's outstanding place kicker, Brock Huggins. And after Central picked up 1 first down and had to punt, Perry right back down the field. The last 2 touchdowns of the half for Perry, both from Austin Maddox, a pass and a run. And here's the first one. The kick made it 14-0. And again, after Central was unable to move the ball, Perry gets the ball once more and takes it right back down the field for their third score of the first quarter. It was 21-0 after the kick was successful. On their next possession, Central stopped Perry, forced a punt, but then the official ruled that the ball hit a Central player and was recovered by Perry, so the Panthers took over on the Central 45-yard line, but they were unable to move the ball. Central took over on downs and used up nearly the last 7 minutes of the first half. They actually used up about 7 minutes and took the ball inside the RG Dreg red zone and were able to get down inside the 10, were pushed back, and then had a fourth down play, and a pass to the end zone was intercepted by Perry's Tom Scott and run out to the 20-yard line. That was with about 40 seconds to go in the second quarter, and after that point, it was Perry just running a play and letting the clock run out. So 21-0 Perry at halftime. And now let's see if we can get something from the Perry band out on the field right now.
The bugs or mosquitoes are biting. What? The mosquitoes are biting. This evening with a song Rolling Stone magazine listed as one of the greatest disco songs of all time. Here is the 1979 Sisters-led hit, On the Family. Perry High School marching band would like to thank all of our fans, parents, and administrators for your continued support. Thank you.
Halftime here at Perry with the Panthers leading Central 21-0. And we'll take a timeout and come back with more of the Putman Property halftime report. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Did you know in 1885, Frank and Charles Menches invented the hamburger at the Erie County Fair in Hamburg, New York? Today, Menches continues their legacy with the same ingredients to make their burgers fresh every day and never frozen. Stop in at Menches downtown Massillon and in Canton on West Tusk for Burger Day every Wednesday and get $3 off all burgers. Menches Brothers. You call it a hamburger, we invented it.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Let's take a look at the Sardis scoreboard as we have it. Massillon on top out west against NFL Academy from the UK. They're playing in Oregon at the Nike compound. It's not even a football field. It's a soccer field. They put up some temporary bleachers. And the Tigers leading that game 21-14 at halftime. Other scores on the Sardis scoreboard. Let's see what we have. Fairless and Sandy Valley tied at 7. And the last we have from Tom Benson Stadium, McKinley leading Warren Harding 19-13. Let's see if we have anything else from around the state to report. It is a Thursday night, so not a ton of games. Warren Howland leading Niles at halftime by a score of 21-0. Walsh Jesuit up on Youngstown Ursuline, up in Youngstown by a score of 24-14. That game is at halftime. Cincinnati Elder leading Withrow at halftime 14-6. As we said, McKinley up on Harding 19-13. And games spread around the state, but not a lot of action going on, as you might guess, it being a Thursday night. But tomorrow night, a lot going on. As we have quite a few games tomorrow night, all here on Q92, Q92radiosports.com. Parma Padua takes on Alliance tomorrow. New Philadelphia is at Louisville. East Canton hosting Toronto. United is at Minerva. Memorial at St. Thomas Aquinas. Villa Angela St. Joseph at Glen Oak. Northwest at Norton. Akron East at Columbus Whetstone. Canton South is at Cleveland Benedictine. Lake is at McKeesport in western Pennsylvania. Jackson is at Mentor. Bookdale is at Hoover. Smithville at Tuslaw. Marlington at Warrensville Heights. All games in action tomorrow in Stark County. Perry has upgraded their schedule this season. They dropped Euclid and Louisville, who were combined 2-19 last year, and they picked up Warren Harding and Fitch. So after tonight's game, they will play St. Vincent St. Mary, which beat them last year 16-14. That game is away. Last year's game was here. We had that game for you here on Q92. Then they're home for Warren Harding. And then they get their Federal League competition started. They're home for Lake, at Canton McKinley, home for Jackson, at Austintown Fitch on October 4th. And then they finish with a home game against Hoover and road games against Greene and Glen Oak. Central moving up from Division 6 to Division 5 this year will take on Norwayne, a state power, next Friday night. They're in Division 5. They lost that game last year 33-7. Then they will take on Orville away, Salem away. Their first home game is Week 5. A home game against Alliance on September 20th. Then they go to Louisville, and then they end the season with a road game at Mogador on October 4th and 3 straight home games. Richmond Heights, Lake Catholic, and then the finale against St. Thomas Aquinas on Thursday, October the 24th. Central has been in the second round of the D6 playoffs the last 2 seasons, but they are moving up this year to Division 5. So as we get started with the second half, it will be Perry kicking off. And Brock Huggins to do the honors. Hits it high and deep again and into the end zone again, where it's fielded by Tyler Cook, and he will drop down to take a touchback. And Central 1st and 10. Let's see what they learned at halftime. Let's see, if anything that they picked up on that last drive of the half. Didn't end up in points, but they held on to the ball. They picked up first downs. They spread the ball around. They ran it a little bit. See if they can keep that going here to start the second half.
They were very optimistic at halftime down on the field when they came back out of the locker room. So we'll see what the tempo is like.
Louis DeRuza, the quarterback, back on either side of him, and on first down they'll run it up the middle, and a little bit of room as somebody's helmet went flying for Central Catholic. That is Stengel's helmet. That's the second time it's come off tonight, once on defense, once on offense. So Jonathan Stengel, the big man for Central, has a Miami commitment, but he's still got other schools looking at him. You're already at a school and you're not committed to that school. So a commitment to Miami of Ohio at this point can easily be changed. But he's got Big Ten schools and others looking at him at 6'8" and 310. And not a plotter. He's got good feet as well. Here on second down is a quick throw to the near side to Thomas, stumbling forward and tripping and falling on about the 27-yard line. Called the 26, and that'll bring up in again. Thomas on the first play of the second half has a cramp. Same leg. And so we'll have a timeout for injury, and injury timeouts this season brought to you by Life Care Family Health and Dental Care. It's time for the Life Care Family Health and Dental Care injury report, and all we've had so far tonight, fortunately, is Connor Thomas going down with cramps. That's the second time it's happened, and here it happens on the first play of the second half. Many times you'll see it right after halftime as the players went in the locker room, got warm in there, and then come back out to a little bit of a crisp night, no humidity, but a big change from what they've been used to, and a lot more action than they've been used to in practice. Here's a throw by DeRuza. No, he's going to pull it down and run. Turns upfield, and they grab him, and I think they're going to keep him short of the first down. It was a 3rd and 4, and he's going to pick up about 2. DeRuza doesn't look like the most confident runner in the world. He's got some size, but doesn't look like that's what he is first thinking of.
They're not designed runs. The defensive line for Perry has been dominating the line of scrimmage all night long, and there's just big gaps. So as a quarterback, whether you have quick feet or not, it's hard to turn away that big gap that you're staring down in the face. He's just not quick enough to get through them.
It's 4th and 2 here for Central on their 27. And they lined up to go for it, but now they're going to call a timeout. So Central used all their timeouts in the first half, and they used one here after less than 2 minutes of the second half. And so 21-0 Perry on the Sardis scoreboard. And they came out with a run that got a little bit. But then the swing pass that was successful in the first half, Perry was on top of that. And the quarterback run left them short.
Clint, I thought the field was under construction for a minute before kickoff. You got both Perry and Central student sections in yellow.
They do look exactly the same. It's I don't know if they coordinated that or not.
Oh, I doubt it. It's got to be a coincidence.
4th down and 2, Central going for it from their own 28-yard line. And it's going to be a run by the quarterback, and he's going to make it. 30-35 out to the 37, 38-yard line. He faked as though he was going to throw a quick one to the left side and then ran back to the right and had enough room to get it ahead for a first down. So a big play there for Central. And they'll have it with a first down as we are a little more than 2 minutes into this third quarter. Stay tuned after the game for our Paramount Elite Player of the Game. From the 38, play action, quick throw to the near side, and turning it up to the 40, 45, 50, down the sideline and out of bounds. Preston Scott, a senior, and that was a very well executed play down to the 35-yard line, 27 yards, and Central into Perry territory for the second time tonight.
How about Austin Maddox saving that touchdown? I thought he was gone. I was giving you the hand signal, bye-bye. But Austin Maddox, the quarterback, making a tackle on the defense. Saved the touchdown.
All right, 2 backs. One on either side of DeRuza, and one of them gets it right up the middle. And again, the Perry defensive line wins the battle as Vincent Scaretti tries the middle and picks up, maybe a yard or so, as they'll spot him on the 34-yard line. 21-0 Perry on the Sardis scoreboard.
It's been a long time, game clock-wise and just real time, since Perry's offense has been on the field.
Well, they had that one play right at the end of the first half, but you're right. 7 minutes, about 10 minutes of football, and the halftime and all of that other stuff in between. So you're right. It's been a long time since they've been out there. DeRuza fakes the handoff on the sweep and runs it up the middle and picks up maybe another yard. He would have been better off handing it off there. Last man up for Perry is Dominic Walker, a sophomore. So it'll be no gain on the play officially, and 3rd down and 9 for the Crusaders on the Perry 34. I would expect them to go to the air here. They send Peloso, Miller, and Noggle out to the right side, 2 to the near side. Cook is the slot man, and DeRuza back to throw. Rushes on. Pressure and a sack back on the 42-yard line. They got big pressure from the outside, but it was the man coming up the middle who got the sack, and that was Jonathan Clintworth, who has the sack back on the 41. So they'll lose 7 on the play and bring up a 4th and very long.
They were looking for 6'3" Tyler Cook down the left hash mark, and he had his man beat. There's surprisingly, Clint, there's no time for the quarterback, and that surprises me.
Well, he's still in there on a 4th and 16 on the Perry 41. One back, and he's going to kick the ball. So a quick kick here by the quarterback. Let's see if he gets the bounce he wants, and it looks like he will. The ball's going to roll to a stop on the 3-yard line. Nice kick by Vinny DeRuza. And it'll be 1st and 97 for Perry on their own 3, make it their own 4-yard line, so 96 yards from the end zone. 21-0 Perry. They scored in their first 3 possessions. Had a couple more where they did not score, and then the one play at the end of the first half. So now they're back out there trying to get that offensive momentum back that they had at the beginning of the game.
You got to try to find a positive out of it, Clint, and flipping the field, pinning them inside the 5. That's got to be your angle if you're the Crusaders. Defense has to come up huge here.
Maddox under center, one back, double wing, one man in motion to the left. They run up the middle and a nice hole and across the 10, battling close to the 15-yard line is Caleb Hundley. And I thought maybe there was a flag down, but I don't see one. They'll stop him on the 14-yard line, and that will be a first down. He picked up 10 on the play.
What a beast Caleb Hundley is. I mean, I'm just impressed. The ability and I mentioned this in the first half, his ability to bounce off of a defender and continue. I mean, that should not have been a first down at all, but it was in a backbreaker for the Crusaders defense.
Only just a junior, but he was hit about 5 yards into that run and kept powering ahead for 5 more, and they'll go up the middle again. And another good seam, and Hundley's in the clear. 30, 40. Let's see if anybody can run him down. He's to the 30, the 20, the 10, and he is tripped and goes down on the 1-yard line. Hunter Bouse ran him down from behind. 85 yards, one less than he needed for a touchdown.
That looked like DK Metcalf tracking him down. Hunter Bouse. I'm sure you know I'm sure you're familiar with the viral DK Metcalf chase down, and that's what it looked like. What a save by Bouse.
You gotta admire the play as the runner is still down in the end zone. They spot the ball on the 2. So the trainers are out to check on, I believe that's Hundley, who ran the ball, who is still down in the end zone. So he went from his 14 to the 2, so 84 yards. And now he is down, or now he is up. Exhaustion. I don't know, maybe a little embarrassment for being run down from behind, but in any case, that is a hugely explosive play for the Panthers. And as you said, the 10-yard gain was a backbreaker. That one completely flips the field and puts them right down once again in the R.G. Drake red zone. R.G. Drake, where you can learn, earn, and succeed. And the Perry Panthers looking for success from the 2-yard line with a 1st and goal. Maddox under center. Wing each way, wide out to the near side right, and one back. Everybody piled in the middle, and they run it up the middle, and it doesn't look like he made it. Well, there he did, right at the end. Second effort, maybe third effort, gets Perry in the end zone for the 4th time tonight. And the Panthers extend the lead to 27-0. And that is a 96-yard touchdown drive.
In the matter of moments, less than 5 minutes real time, I was talking to you about how the defense needs to make a stop, pinned back inside the 5, blah, 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 whatever. Perry said, your analysis, Mr. Bevere, means nothing to us.
Brock Huggins for the point after. Snap is there. Kick on the way, and good once again. So a timeout on the field with 5:48 to go in the 3rd. On the starter scoreboard, Perry 28, Central nothing. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Finding the right space to open or relocate your business can mean the difference between success and failure. The real estate professionals at Putman Properties will help find the perfect commercial property to suit your needs. Putman Properties specializes in office, retail, warehouse, manufacturing, investment, and multifamily residential real estate. Looking to sell your commercial real estate? Putman Properties marketing professionals will utilize local, regional, and national networks developed over 30 years to command the highest yield available. Contact Putman Properties at 330
498-4400 or visit them online at putmanproperties.com.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Really nice crowd here tonight at Keith Wakefield Stadium. And the Perry fans that are here tonight, very happy with the way things are going as the kickoff once again goes into the end zone 5 yards deep. And the Crusaders will take over on their 20. We're talking about the Perry defense pitching a shutout so far tonight. And when you walked in the building, you saw the defensive coordinator's name on the wall, that being Keith Wakefield, who was retired as head coach after an ultra successful career here at Perry, and was kind of helping out, hanging around, doing this and that. And then in the summer, the Perry defensive coordinator got a job as the Dalton athletic director. And so Zach Slate's asking his former head coach if he wanted to be defensive coordinator, and he said yes. Here's a throw on first down for a short gain out to the right. Catch by Preston Scott for about a 3-yard pickup. But how crazy is that? The Keith Wakefield is the defensive coordinator now working for Zach Slate.
I mean, it seems backwards, and it may be a little premature still in the third quarter of week number 1, but it looks to be the right move. 28-0, pitching a shutout like you said. I mean, the defense has looked outstanding. And they've basically been on the field, it feels like, all night.
2nd and 6, DeRuza back to throw, but whistles and flags before the play, and it's going to be a false start against the Crusaders. I believe that's their first penalty of the night. Perry had, I believe, 4 in the first half for false starts or offsides. That one against the Crusaders. Let's say in a couple of years, Bill Belichick comes back, becomes defensive coordinator for whoever the head coach is at New England.
Yeah, no, that's a great great comparison. It's really, I mean, it is weird, but respect to Wakefield to be able to step into a role like that. I mean, what a team player, what a team coach that is. I mean, they literally have team on the back of their jerseys. So if that doesn't say it, I don't know what else does.
After the penalty, 5-yard mark off, it's 2nd and 11. DeRuza back to throw. 4-man rush, has to run. 20, makes a nice move. 25, weaving his way through traffic and out around the 28-yard line. So he's going to pick up about 9 on the play and bring up a 3rd down. And they'll need about 4 yards. 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Perry up 28-0.
We are at Keith Wakefield Stadium. And this football team is not coached by Keith Wakefield, but he's on the staff.
That's what I said. That's what I said on my preview that I sent to the other games tonight, that he's a defensive coordinator on a team where he was good enough as a head coach.
Yeah, they named the stadium after him. Must be doing something good.
3rd down and a long 3, and more whistles, I believe. And what?
On the offense, 18, 5-yard penalty.
Penalty on the offense. So instead of 3rd and 3 now, it's going to be 3rd and 8. So Central doing a little ping pong here, back and forth. And so it'll be a much longer opportunity to try on this 3rd down. DeRuza getting the play from his head coach and offensive coordinator. So trips out to the right, 1 to the near side. DeRuza with 1 back on 3rd and 8. Back he goes. Instant pressure from the outside. Flip down the far sideline. The pass underthrown and I believe intercepted out near the 45-yard line. It was picked off, and I think that's Maddox who picked it off. It was Austin Maddox, the quarterback / safety, who picked that pass off and immediately went down. And then like he was suffering a little bit from a cramp, but he's going to be okay. He's going to come back in at quarterback. Maybe just rolled the ankle. In any case, Perry with their second interception. They had one down on the goal line in the second quarter. And now they take over in Central territory with a chance. I don't think the clock ran on that play, with a chance to add to their 28-0 lead. Man in motion to the left. Maddox back to throw. Sets up. Wants to go deep. Down the middle. Inside the 10. Incomplete, but a flag comes down. Pass interference is going to be called as the defender down the middle of the field just dragged the receiver down to the turf as the ball was coming. And that is going to be a major penalty against the Crusaders.
On the defense, number 10, 15-yard penalty for the line.
So that'll move the ball to the 30. And the second penalty now on the Crusaders here in the third quarter. And they run the clock down to 3:45. So the clock did not run on that play, but they fixed it. We're at 3:45 in the third. And Perry up 28-0 and hunting for more.
The pregame message was punch them in the mouth, first play. They've not let up.
Two tight ends, handoff, right side, and a hole, and a big gain inside the 25 for Caleb Hunley, who's back in there. He had the big 84-yard run earlier in the period to set up the Perry touchdown. And that 7-yard pickup sets up a 2nd and 3 on the Central 23-yard line. Brian and I tomorrow night will be at Louisville.
My alum.
As the Leopards host the Quakers of New Philadelphia. On 2nd and 3, here's Hunley off left tackle down to the 21. And that's going to leave them about a yard short of a first down, I believe. As we tick under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and Hunley again slow to get up, so that'll stop the clock. And Hunley, not sure what the injury is, if it's what happened before, if it's a new one, a different one, but he is down. It's like maybe to the arm, right arm, elbow, shoulder, something like that. So Hunley down on the field. And we have a timeout. Reminder to stay tuned for the Paramount Elite Player of the Game following tonight's broadcast. Paramount Elite for all your general contracting and home restoration needs. So 3rd and a long yard. One player runs off the field, and here's a snap, and away from the ball carrier was a direct snap to the running back, and he's going to fumble it, and the Crusaders are going to recover. A flag came down as the ball was snapped because Perry had 12 men in the huddle. One of them ran off just before the play, and then they had the direct snap back to the running back, and he just dropped it. And Central got in there quickly and fell on the ball. So Central declines the illegal substitution penalty for 12 on the field in the huddle. And so Central will take over after the fumble at the 26-yard line. Jeff Lindesmith still out near the numbers talking to the linesman on the near side of the field, doing a lot of pointing, maybe about the penalty, but in any case, Central ball. DeRuza back, quick sling out to the far side. It's caught, and it's Miller across the 35, makes a stutter step and gets out to the 39-yard line for the first down. Caleb Peloso Miller with his second catch of the night. They'll put him on the 38. And about a 15-yard gain there and a first down for the Crusaders.
Jaden Wilson really tried to get an interception right there. Really got greedy. You don't make that attempt unless you're up 28 points. But because you have that cushion, I think you go for that football. But you could have played. What he should have done, what I'm saying is he should have played the defender rather play the ball.
He was a whisker away from at least knocking it down, but ended up in a big play. And here's a run up the middle and a big hit put on the quarterback at the 42-yard line. Coming up from the defensive backfield, Dom Scotto had the interception earlier. And he put a hit on DeRuza at the 41. So that's a pickup of about 3. That's a tough 3 yards.
It's a tough hit to walk out of. And he got right up.
90 seconds to go in the third quarter here at Perry. Panthers up on Central 28-zip. Central with a 2nd and 7 on their 41-yard line. DeRuza, the senior quarterback, left-hander, takes the snap. Has time. Now he steps up, running out to his right, and he's going to take off and go for the far sideline. It goes out of bounds at the 46. So a 5-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 as we are just about down to the final minute of this third quarter. Perry with the only score in the quarter. Central had a decent drive going, actually got into Perry territory, but had a sack, punted it away. Perry got the ball on their 3. First play got him out to the 14. The next play got him to the Central 2-yard line. They scored immediately after that. From the 46, 3rd down and 2. DeRuza, 1 back, 4 receivers, and he'll take it right up the middle, and he'll get his first down over the 50 and into Panther territory on the 49. Looks like they're going to mark him right on the 50-yard line. Central's they've got their feet on the ground now. It looked like at the beginning they were just kind of rolling downhill, to mix my metaphors, but they got their feet under them now, and they're at least confident enough to make some plays. They're not going to pull this game out, it doesn't look like, but they're making some plays now and setting up some things for next week and beyond.
I really like the body language from DeRuza. Down 28-0 and all game long. I mean, his body language is looking really good.
Right on the 50. Maybe the last play of the quarter. It's a handoff, and he's going to throw the ball down the field far side and overthrown and incomplete. Pass thrown by Vincent Sciaretti, I believe. No, it was Spittler who threw that ball. It was intended for Peloso Miller, but it was overthrown, and Perry had it pretty well covered downfield. They were not fooled by the trick play with 20.6 to go in the third.
It could be demoralizing when you're losing to your crosstown rival in week number 1, 28-0, haven't put a point up on the board all night long. But to have the poise and to have the body language that they do, it really speaks volumes moving into the next 9 weeks.
Well, they got about 42 last year and 52 the year before against Perry, as here's a quick throw to the near side, caught by Sciaretti Jr., and takes it to the 48-yard line for a 2-yard pickup, and that will be the end of the third quarter from Perry after 3 on the Sardis scoreboard. Perry Panthers 28, Central Catholic Crusaders nothing. Coming back for fourth quarter action after a timeout. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshown Auto Group on Q92.
By choosing Life Care Family Health and Dental in Canton as your medical home, you will have access to a variety of integrated health services, including dental, vision, women's health, children's health, and behavioral health. Life Care's goal is to provide comprehensive and coordinated medical care to maximize health outcomes for you and your family. If you are sick, we have same-day appointments for our current patients. For information on how to become a new patient, visit lifecarefhoc.org. At Life Care Family Health and Dental, you will never get turned away.
Congratulations to this month's Sardis Sensations. We salute Sensational Maintenance Supervisor Bill Mercer, who ensures Sarda has enough buses inspected and cleaned each morning. We salute our sensational administrator, John Michaels, who improves our processes and trains others the proper storage of SARTA records. We salute sensational writer Kevin, who gets where he needs to go, from shopping and dining to appointments. Way to go, Kevin. Learn more at SARTAsensations.com.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Back here for the fourth quarter at Perry Central with a 3rd down and 8, and the quarterback runs up the middle to the Perry 46-yard line, so he picks up a couple more yards, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 6 for Central as they're now going from our left to our right. Perry up 28-0, and Central with a 4th and 6. It's been a dominant performance for the most part tonight by the Panthers. Eric Peterson comes in from the near side with a play for Louis DeRuza, who's gone the distance tonight at quarterback for Central. They haven't completed anything down the field tonight. We'll see if they can here. They look out to the near side, and a throw and a juggle and an incomplete. It was intended for Schieretti. The pass a little behind him. He had a lot of room to run over here if that pass had been on the mark, but
you got to lead
incomplete.
him. You got to lead him with that pass. It was behind him. If he catches that out in front, I don't think it's 6, but he's got a chance to get a 1st down.
Yeah, they had a lot of room to run on this side of the field, and just things that need to be cleaned up with the Central offense. And now Perry takes over. 1st and 10 on their 46. Austin Maddox, the senior quarterback, lined up in the pistol. Empty backfield. You heard me correctly. 5 wide. Man comes in motion. They hand him the ball, running left and to the 50, to the 47-yard line, 48-yard line of Central. That run by Marcellus Harris, and now he's slow to get up. So Perry's really not been able to get anything sustained offensively, and now every time they run a play, somebody gets hurt. And nobody out there yet. Now here they come. Harris down on the field. Our injury reports tonight brought to you by Life Care Family Health and Dental Care. It's time for Life Care Family Health and Dental on the SARTA scoreboard. Let's see if we have any updates. Fairless up on Sandy Valley 14-7 in the 3rd. We have no update on the McKinley-Warren Harding game. Unless they had an Orange Bowl style halftime. He should be playing again in that one. But every score is still showing 19-13 for McKinley. Harris off the field now, and the Panthers offense comes back out with a 2nd and 5 on the Central 49-yard line. And again, they come out with a 5 wide. Man comes in motion. They hand him the ball around the end, and that is Jonathan Lemon taking it ahead for a 1st down as he gets down to the 40-yard line, and now an injured Central player right in the middle of the field. So we've had an injury on just about every Perry offensive play in the second half. This one is a Central Catholic player, and I believe they're looking at his left knee. Didn't catch the number. But this game, which was moving at a pretty good clip, has ground to a halt here in the second half or in the fourth quarter. So we are at 10:24 remaining.
It's the most lopsided game I think I've ever been a part of that didn't reach the continuous clock.
it looked like it was sure to do that when we had 21-0 in the first 8 minutes,
and
I think.
And that's something that Canton Central Catholic can hang their hat on. I mean, 21 points in the first quarter. You know, we're in the fourth quarter now, and they've only given up 7 additional points. So something, again, if you erase the first quarter, it's a 7-point ball game. And I know in hindsight you can't think that way, but that's what the coach's message is going to be. If we erase that first quarter, we're right in that ball game. And even down 21-0, there was 3 different spots that Canton Central Catholic had a chance to climb back in the game. They had a first down that was dropped in the first half that would have put them into nearing the red zone. They had a play down here, same thing, went right through the receiver's hands, dropped it, would have been 6. They had an interception in the red zone. So if you take away these mistakes, this is a ball game. That's the way that you have to look at it in week 1. That's the way the coaches are going to deliver the message to Central because, I mean, let's be honest. Is Perry a 4-touchdown better of a team than the Crusaders? I don't think so. I just think they caught them. Like they said, when they came out of that tunnel, they said, let's punch them in the mouth. First play. They punched them in the mouth first play, and they just started attacking. Haymaker after haymaker, and they put them away early.
The Central player down on the field is, I think it's 54. But they conspire to hide his number. He's up on his feet now. They were looking at his left knee, and I don't know if... I hope it's not a serious injury, but he's up and walking now. That's Isaac Ray, a senior, who is number 54. He's going to come off to the near side of the field. And one of their important line players. Have a score on the SARTA scoreboard that has Western Reserve leading Crestview right now, 21-9. That's in the fourth quarter. And Perry here after the injury timeout with a 1st and 10 on the Central 40. And it's a handoff around the end. Kyson Walker trying to go to the far side, runs through one tackle, and he's forced out of bounds at the Perry 36-yard line. So pickup of about 4. 28-0 for Perry. They scored 3 times in the first quarter and once in the third. Central has been able to move the ball at times. They got inside the R.G. Drake red zone once tonight. Had an interception. Another handoff. Harris around left end. Tries to get to the outside again. Runs through a tackle. 30, 25, and he's down on the 24-yard line. And that's another case tonight where Central has had an opportunity to make a tackle on a player short of a first down, but they weren't able to bring him down, and that will move the chains again down to the 24-yard line with 9:13 to go.
Big number 77, Preston Daisy on the left tackle. He does a good job when they go to the outside and they try to run it outside the tackle rather than inside the tackle. He does a good job going upfield and really opens up that sideline, and it's tough for the defenders to get around.
Play comes in from the far side with Luke Wolf, and he'll go out as a wide out to the right. He caught a touchdown pass in the first quarter. 2 on the play clock. They just get it off, and here's a handoff to Walker around right end. Bounce to the outside, 20, 15, 10. Turns on the Jets and takes it to the end zone. Kyson Walker takes it in, and Perry has blown this one open. Now with a 34-0 lead.
They did the same thing on the right side that they just did on the left side. Bounce it outside, and those tackles do a really good job getting upfield. So there's room on the outside for the running back to get clear. I mean, he went in untouched.
Extra point attempt on the way and good. Brock Huggins hits another, and we'll take a timeout with 8.5 minutes to go from Perry. On the Sardis scoreboard, Panthers 35, Crusaders nothing. You're listening to high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
RG Drag, Star County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
And another kickoff here for Brock Huggins. And that one will go right over the pylon, and it's going to be a flag for going out of bounds, just short of the pylon. So Central will get much better field position, as that is a kickoff out of bounds. Stay tuned for the Paramount Elite Player of the Game following tonight's broadcast. Paramount Elite for all your general contracting and home restoration needs. So the clock is running, as it will throughout, unless Central gets a score here. Some of the things about the running clock I don't agree with. I don't think it needs to be running right now. Let's let it start on the first play and then let it run. But it's running before the team can get out and run their first play. On first down, it's a run up the middle, and only a yard or two is, again, the middle of that Perry defense, not allowing Central to get going. Antonio Salazar, one of those in on the tackle for the Panthers, along with Caleb Lawhan. And that's a pickup of 2 yards on the play by Luke Spittler. He's in the backfield again to the right of his quarterback, Louis DeRuza. 2 wideouts each way. DeRuza takes the snap, flings it out to the far side. It's a catch, 45, 47, 48-yard line, and a first down for the Crusaders on the grab by Eric Peterson. Senior with the catch. And the Crusaders move the chains. Perry, they're going to play a little softer now than they would normally.
I don't know. I was thinking the opposite. I think this is a game within the game. You got Perry trying to pitch a shutout, and you got Central trying to not be shut out. I think that's the way that both teams are looking at it right now with 6 minutes to go. You got to coach them somehow.
Here's a throw by DeRuza, or at least a setup to throw. Now he's scrambling, needs help, and he's going to be dragged down. He tried to throw it as he was going down, but he's down back on his 36-yard line. Let's see what they call it. Is it going to be an incomplete? Is it going to be a sack? What do we got?
I mean, it looked incomplete to me. Very unorthodox.
He threw it before he hit the ground, but he really didn't have a receiver in the area where he threw the ball. They're going to call it incomplete, and 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. Sorry, 47-yard line. And the clock continues to tick away. We're under 5.5 minutes now. Perry with a 35-0 lead. Next week they have St. Vincent St. Mary up in Akron. And Central with another tough game against Norwayne from Wayne County. Here's a run over the middle and over the 50 to the Perry 48. Ball carrier was Grady Noggle, another senior for Central. And it'll be 3rd down and 5 here for the Crusaders as they bring in Preston Scott from the near side with a play. Again, two receivers each way, one back. DeRuza will hand it off on the sweep, coming around the near side. A lot of Perry defenders there. Now a cutback and a run inside the 45 and down close to a first down. It looks like he has it. That's going to be Grady Noggle again with the carry. Not the fleetest of foot, but he was able to find room to run. Brought it to the sideline and then cut back against the grain and took it to the Perry 42. So first down.
Richard Salavino had a big man block on that play. Opened up a nice hole at the end.
First and 10 on the 42. Central trying to get on the board here in the fourth quarter. DeRuza pumps. Now he's going to flip one to the near side and over everyone and out of bounds. Thomas, the only receiver in the area, took a little shove in the back as the ball was flying by. And that'll make it second and 10, but the clock continues to run. We're at 3:40 to go now.
The kids these days are a little different than when I was in high school. We would have never left the student section. Even being down 35-0, we would have stayed there till the end. We would have not wanted to take that walk of shame. These kids don't care.
Well, that's an empty area of the stands right now. We have a whistle now and a timeout. We'll take a timeout here with 3:14 to go. 35-0 Perry on the Sardis scoreboard. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Central with a second and 10 on the Perry 42-yard line. DeRuza back, throws it near side. It's caught by Spittler on the sideline, and he's down at around the 37, 38-yard line. Tackle on the play by Noah Mays and by Caleb Lawson. And it'll be third down and about 6 here for the Crusaders. They trail at 35-0. DeRuza and the pistol as he has been all night. Straight drop, rush over the middle. It's a middle screen. And again, Spittler is brought down. It looked like he had room, but a nice play coming up by Caleb Lawson, the junior, who stops him on the 35 and sets up a fourth down and 3. Called that name a lot tonight, Caleb Lawson, especially in the second half.
We sure have. He's been all over the place. I mean, really, everybody has.
Fairless up on Sandy Valley, 21-7 now in the fourth quarter. And still no update on the McKinley-Warren-Harding game. Can't find one anywhere. It's not still halftime, trust me. Have to get on the X. Here's a reverse. Ball is loose and fallen on back on the 45-yard line. It was a double handoff, and the second man dropped the ball.
Here we go. I got one for you.
All right.
Warren ties the ball game up. It's now 19-all. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
All right, we have a minute 34 left here in the fourth as Central there just turned it over on downs. They tried the reverse, was not successful. They did recover the fumble, but it didn't matter because it was fourth down, and Perry will take over on downs on their 45 with a minute 30 to go, and they could basically take a knee here. And they will line up in the victory formation. Maddox under center. Takes a knee, steps back, and maybe one more time we'll have to do that. And it will be a Perry victory. Second and 12. And again, the two backs lined up on either side of Maddox as he waits for the last moment to take the snap. He does. Takes a knee. And this one will be finished. Other than the handshakes as the clock winds down. So we'll take a timeout here and we'll come back and wrap things up from Perry. Our final score on the SARTA scoreboard is the Perry Panthers 35, the Central Catholic Crusaders nothing. Come back, we'll wrap it up here as we have high school football for you. Brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Finding the right space to open or relocate your business can mean the difference between success and failure. The real estate professionals at Putman Properties will help find the perfect commercial property with your need. Putman Properties specializes in office, retail, warehouse, manufacturing, investment, and multifamily residential real estate. Looking to sell your commercial real estate? Putman Properties marketing professionals will utilize local, regional, and national networks developed over 30 years to command the highest yield available. Contact Putman Properties at 330-498-4400 or visit them online at putmanproperties.com.
RG Drag, Star County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion,
get out of the first,
students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary,
coming back up, right?
Engineering, sports, turf, and landscape, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Back here at Perry, as the Perry Panthers have beaten Central Catholic 35-0 on the SARTA scoreboard, and a comprehensive victory tonight for the Panthers as they win once again. They've now won 6 out of 7 against their rivals from right down 13th Street. And Ryan Bevere, who's headed out to the field to get some video, photos, and sound that you can catch on Facebook and Instagram, on X, where you can catch all of our action, along with on YouTube all season long here on Q92. So Ryan down on the field, and I can tell you that our player of the game, brought to you by Paramount Elite, is Austin Maddox. Austin Maddox had a lot of help tonight from his offensive and defensive lines, from his backs, but he also played a great game, as you would expect a senior starting his 3rd full season as the starter. Came out tonight and ran the offense perfectly, not only on the ground, but also through the air. He completed several consecutive passes to start the game. He threw a touchdown pass, and a very varied offense for the Perry Panthers tonight. And Austin Maddox doing a great job at quarterback. And He also had several tackles and an interception in his first game as the starting free safety for the Panthers. Zach Slate's wanting him to throw more, run less, take fewer hits so he could play more on defense, and that worked perfectly tonight for the Panthers, who go to 1-0. They take on St. Vincent St. Mary next Friday night. And the Central Catholic Crusaders on the road once again. They will be in Apple Creek. Is that right? Norwayne. That's not Apple Creek. But anyway, they'll be at Norwayne next week and take on the Bobcats on another tough game. A tough start to the season. Central always with a tough schedule, and no exception this season. They got some things done in the second through fourth quarters offensively, but ultimately were not able to get on the scoreboard and had fallen behind by too much too early as Perry cruises to the 35-0 win here tonight over Canton Central Catholic. So that'll do it from here for Ryan Bevere. My name is Clint Scroggs. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. We'll have the game for you, same time, about 6:30. We'll go on the air with the pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff from Louisville as the Leopards host the New Philadelphia Quakers. So you can catch that one tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks to Ryan back in the studios and Jake. And thanks to you for listening. Again tonight, Perry on the Sardis scoreboard beats Central 35-0. You've been listening to high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.